combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live, and we're here with another Jimmy Rants episode. And if you're brand new to my show, it's pretty darn cool, you guys. We start off on Instagram Live, and I talk to all my beautiful peoples down there that are coming in now. They're going to interact with me here in a minute about the rant that I'm doing. Then once I'm done live, I will head on over, or excuse me, it'll be on Instagram Live for 24 hours for people to watch the replay. Then I'll pop it over to YouTube, where we have a Jimmy Rants channel where you can see all of the episodes. If you just do a Jimmy Rants search on YouTube, you'll find at least one of the episodes, and then you can watch the past episodes. And then we put all of the audio content, the best of these rants, over on podcasting. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you should be able to access the Jimmy Rants podcast. And if all that's too much to remember, just go to JimmyRants.com, and we have all the links to all of the ways that you can listen and engage with the Jimmy Rants concept. Today's Jimmy Rants topic is very prescient for recording a few days after a holiday, because a lot of people let themselves go, so to speak, on holidays or special occasions, whether it's Thanksgiving like what just happened, or Christmas, or your birthday, or whatever day you decided to just let her rip. A lot of people, they'll write to me and they'll say, I need help in restarting keto because now I'm off track. And it's incredibly hard mentally, once you've gotten off of keto, to get back on again. And I think a lot of that stems from not just the, oh my gosh, I have to start again, but I think sometimes those really poor nutrition choices that we make actually cloud our judgment and actually mess with your brain chemistry, so that it is indeed harder to get back on, which is one reason I try to encourage people, try to stay in ketosis as much as possible. And if you, quote, mess up, only do it for, one moment in time, then get right back on plan again. Because restarting can be extremely difficult if you do this. Okay, I had carbs at Thanksgiving. All right, well, if I messed up Thanksgiving, I still have the rest of the weekend that I should probably just keep eating whatever I want, because I already messed up on Thursday. I did it again on Black Friday. I did it again on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and then again on the Sunday. So then Monday, you're trying to restart keto after you've just had 4 straight days of a carb fest, okay? So once you get to that Monday, after doing carb all the time for 4 days, is it any wonder why it's difficult? Not to me. Restarting keto under that context is extremely difficult. So here are some tips that I want to give about how you can restart keto when you've gotten off track, whether it's around the holidays, whether it's a birthday, whether it's just a time in your life when you know keto makes you feel good, you just don't know how to get started again. So here's what you can do. No matter what time you're watching this, I want you to commit to right this second is when you're going to restart. And I want you to start with fasting. So right now you're watching this, and maybe you've had the dalliance for a few days, like after a holiday. Maybe it's been a few weeks or a few months, dare say a few years, and you need to get back on track again. The best way is to just not eat for a period of time. So let's say you're watching this around noon. I just don't eat until like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, and then have a sensible low carb meal. So remember, a sensible meal could be meat, vegetables, and then fat. So the fattiest kind of meat that you can find, non-starchy green leafy vegetables, and then add your favorite fat. I like grass-fed butter. You can do coconut oil, avocado oil, whatever fat you want to put on there. And then enjoy that meal, savor it, and remind yourself why you went keto before. Then the next morning, I want you to get up and I want you to make bacon and eggs and an avocado, and I want you to enjoy and savor each moment. And then I want to see if you can go 8 to 10 hours before you eat your next meal after that. So what you're doing here is you're dumping that glycogen that's in your body. Now, it might be a little bit tough in the first day or two, because if you've been a carb burner, your body's having to make that adjustment again to shifting from sugar burner to fat burner. And so if you're already a sugar burner and you're not feeding your body sugar, your body starts to react in a negative way. People call it the keto flu. It just means your body's freaking detoxing from not having sugar anymore. So that's where you make sure you have ample amounts of fat. Now, if you get a tinge of hunger, not head hunger, but actual hunger that takes place in your body, then I would recommend having some snacks on hand. Things like the Drop an F-Bomb, macadamia nut packets. Those are really good. Peely nuts are a really good one as well. Macadamia nuts. Anything that would give you fat with very little carbohydrate. And even moderate amounts of protein, that's going to help you more than probably anything else you can do as you're getting readjusted to becoming keto adapted again. And you have to look at this as if you're starting all over again. So maybe you've been keto for a while, you got off of keto for 4 or 5 days, and you're trying to get back on it again. You have to treat it as if you're starting again for the very first time, because for a lot of people, it will take upwards of 2 to 4 weeks to get back into ketosis. Some people that are insulin sensitive, maybe they'll get into it a lot quicker. But if you have insulin resistance or other type 2 diabetes or some other challenge to your metabolism, it could take a little while when you restart keto after you've gotten off track. It could take you a little while to get back fully into a fat-burning nutritional ketosis state. Nothing to fret about. It's no big deal. It's just be aware of that. Don't get discouraged if you've been off of keto since Thanksgiving and 4 days later you try to get back on it, and that first day it's hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I won't lie to you. It's going to be very hard. But here's the thing. You know the reason why you're doing it. Especially if you've been keto for a while, you just got off track and you want to get back on track again. This is not a surprise, you guys. So I just felt like this message was needed, definitely for the time that I'm recording it, but for pretty much anybody that's going through a time in their life when they got off of keto, maybe even stress knocked you out of ketosis, and so that made you hungry. So then you ate some crappy garbage and you've gotten off track that way. It happens, guys. It's called life. It will happen. It's no big deal. You get back on plan again, and I think you stick to the basics. Protein, non-starchy green leafy vegetables, and fat. You stick to those things, and you can restart keto pretty darn easy. People think it's an all or nothing proposition that, oh, if I got off of keto, it's ruined forever. And there was even this kind of notion when I first started blogging. People said, oh, you only have one golden shot with low carb, and if you don't get your one golden shot and stick with it, it never works again. That's nonsense, by the way. Don't believe the one golden shot crap. The bottom line here is, if you messed up, okay, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then begin again. That's how you do it. It's really no more complicated than that. And the sooner that you get back on plan, the easier it will be. And here's the other thing. If you're procrastinating, maybe I'm convicting you a little bit today that, oops, I got off for a few days. I need to get back on plan. Well, today, right now, is the best time to get back on plan again if you got off. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. And the more you put it off and the less good that you feel, the less good you're going to feel moving forward. So stop doing that to yourself. Restart keto with all the gusto you had when you first started doing it, and then you'll get right back on track again. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in. All right, let's see. So thanks for being here, everybody. So yes, if you got off plan and you're having trouble getting back on plan again, hopefully this message inspired you to want to get back on plan again. It's definitely not impossible, you guys. It's something that you can and should do if you care about your health. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. As always, go to jimmyrants.com and you can find out clickable links to get to my Instagram where we start all this. Instagram Live, generally a couple of times a day. It has been the holidays lately, so I've been slacking a little bit. But at Livin' Low Carb Man is my username, and then you can watch it for 24 hours there. Then we pop over to YouTube where we house all these Jimmy Rants videos, and then we also have a Jimmy Rants podcast that I hope you enjoy listening to. But thanks for being here, guys. I really enjoy doing this show. I hope you enjoy the topics. I try to do topics that not everybody talks about because everybody talks about the know-how of keto. Not everybody brings in kind of the perspective of retrospect. I've been observing this community since 2005, and it's pretty amazing how things have changed over the years as I've been watching this community and being a vital, integral part in the middle of it. It's kind of funny watching how things come along and trends and they come and go. It's pretty interesting. So I try to bring that to you guys here on Jimmy Rants. Kat says, committed public over here. Yes. Yes, you are. All right, guys, we are out of here, and I'll be back again real soon.